now let's think a bit about our problem, which entities we're going to handle. It's generally what we do. When we have a problem, we think about the entities that involve this problem. Generally, a snake game runs in a grid, right? And it, in this case, won't be different. We're going to have this kind of grid, and we're going to have these coordinates here. So here we have, oops. You're going to have this 0, 0 coordinate, here's the 0, 1, 0, 2, and so on, and the same vertically. So we have these coordinates, and we have our main entities, which is the snake and the apple. The apple will be this simple coordinate here, and the snake will be divided into two entities, the snake head and the snake body. The snake body will be a list of coordinates, right? So this is how we're going to approach this snake game problem. And now we're going to see how this will work in the DMN side and the TypeScript side. Let's check the data types editor here. In the data types, we created a structured data type called coordinate, and this coordinate has two fields, X and Y. So this is how we represent a position of something into our screen, right? And here we created this extra data type here called list of coordinates, which is the type is coordinate, but it's a list of coordinates, right? The apple data type, the T apple, it's a T coordinate, and the snake data type, the data type that represents a snake, will be composed by two fields. One is the head, and the other is the body, which is a list of coordinates. So this is how we represent these a bit more complex entities into the DMN editor. Because it's a snake game, right? We need to make the snake work. So the first part for doing this is to create our decision node that will represent the new state of our snake. So we're going to call this node snake, and we're going to create this input node, which is called iSnake, because it represents the initial state of the snake. And we also need to create this key node, which represents the key that users are pressing. So let's just set the types correctly here. This iSnake is the type snake, and this is the types. Okay, and the same for the key. And now we're going to create decision logic inside of our snake decision node. So the decision logic that will teach the DMN model how the snake should be given the inputs that it has, right? So let's create this decision logic here. Let's create a context, and this context will have a local variable or a context entry called new head. This new head will be a coordinate, and the position of the new head will be set by a decision table. And the input of the decision table will be the key that users are pressing, right? And the key is a string, and if the key is up, the X position for the new place that the head will be the initial snake dot head dot X, and the Y will be initial snake head Y, subtract with 1. If the key is down, we're going to increment 1. If the key is right, we're going to increment 1, and we're going to keep the Y as is. And finally, if users are pressing left, we're going to subtract 1 from the coordinate X from the head. And also, we need to change the body of the snake, right? So here we're going to create another local variable called the new body, which is a list of coordinates. And the list of coordinates, we're going to set it based on literal expression, where we're going to concatenate the initial state of the snake body with the head, because we want to make it look like it's moving, right? However, we need to remove the first element of this list, because the snake is moving. Otherwise, the snake will just increase in size. So that's it. Now we have the new head and the new body. And this context expression will result like this. The head will be the new head, the body will be the new body, and that's it. That's how we set the state of our snake. This is the most complex part of the game, and we actually did this quite fast by creating this new head and the new body position. So let's try this. Let's see how it works in the browser. Let's press. Okay, and the snake is moving. It's moving when I press the arrows. So it's pretty much like this.